What's up, awesome students? Look at Lisa up here, right? Before she finds a solution to her problem, she thinks first, then she writes it down. Today we're going to write also, and of course we're going to think so that we could solve systems of equations. We will create systems of equations from mathematical problems, and we're going to solve systems of two linear equations. Are you ready? Here we go. So in the previous lesson, we had two equations, right? And they're already in the form y is equal to mx plus b. And what did we do? We simply graph the two lines. And then whatever is the point of intersection, the xy, that is called the solution. Now, if you look at the first equation here, it's already in y equals mx plus b. The second solution is already in y equals mx plus b. In that case, on the first equation, you can already know that my slope is negative 1 over 1 and my y-intercept is 7, right? So you could graph it. That's the red line. And on the second equation, you already know that your slope is 2 over 1 and your y-intercept is 1. That's why you could graph it and you could make the blue line. And what was our solution? Wherever they meet 2, 5, 2 comma 5, the intersection is called the solution. Okay? So this is a thumbs up. You can easily graph, you can easily find the solution. For the second example, it's a thumbs down. Why? Because if you look at the equation, it's not written as y equals mx plus b. Now, this will make our lives more complicated. So let's start with the first one. 2x plus 2y equals 6. To make it slope-intercept form, what do? I subtract 2x on both sides, minus 2x. That cancels out, so therefore 2y remains, and that becomes negative 2x plus 6. And the next step is what? Divide by 2 on both sides. That means distribute that, divide by 2 for both. Therefore, y is equal to negative 2 over 2x plus 6 over 2. That becomes y is equal to negative 1x plus 3. Then we can now graph it. And check it out. Did we graph it correctly? Yes, this is the graph of the red line. Now, the second one, again, we don't like it. So let's fix it then. For x minus 6y equals 12, I want my x to be alone. My y, rather, to be alone. So subtract 4x to you. Subtract 4x on the other side. That cancels out. What remains is negative. What remains is negative 6y equals negative 4x plus 12. Okay, so what's next? Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6. Cancels out. Y is finally alone. Y is equal to negative 4 over negative 6x plus or minus, divide positive and negative, minus 2. So here, my y is equal to, let's simplify that, negative 4 over 6 divide by 2 is positive 2/3 x minus 2. Now you know the slope and the y-intercept. Slope and y-intercept. You can now graph it. Look at my answer here. Our graph is the one in blue. Check. And wherever they meet 3, 0 is the solution, right? So again, if it's not, it doesn't look like this, it doesn't look like y equals mx plus b, it doesn't look like this, what did we do? We convert them first, so that we can graph them. All right, for this example, they will give you two tables. There are no equations. How do I do that? You can still do it by graphing. Let's start with this blue table. All right, so simply graph. Negative 2, comma 2, negative 2, comma 2 is over here. 0, 3 is over there. 6, 6 is over there. What else do I know? 8, 7 is over there. 6, 7, 8, and 7 is over there. All right, so that's my line, the one in blue. Now let's do the line which is on red. Plot the points. Negative 2, comma 8 would be somewhere here. Okay, check. 0, 6, 0, 6 would be here. Check. What else? 5, 1, 5, 1 would be 5 here, and 1 there would be over here. Check. And then what else? 7 comma negative 1. 7 comma negative 1 would be there. Check. So we plot the blue lines, we plot the red lines, but where would they meet? Okay, we don't know. So let's follow the red pattern. The red pattern goes up by 2 and another 2. So let's follow the pattern. 2 going up, 2 going there, point, 2 going up, 2 going there, point. All right. All the points are in a straight line. Okay, if you see that, yes, follow the pattern of our blue line. The blue line goes to up, 1 up and 2 to the right, 1 up, 2 to the right, 1 up, 2 to the right. Follow that line, make a straight line with your ruler. Wherever they met, that's going to be our solution. And what is our solution? 2 comma 4. All right, that's the solution. And it's easy because we just plot the lines if you were given two tables. Okay, this is a different case, guys. A while ago, you were given two equations. But now, look, they will just give you one equation. So for the first equation, you already know it. Y is equal to negative 1 half x plus 6.5. But for the second equation, you don't have an equation. What did they give you? They just gave you 2 points. Okay, so our objective for today is how can I make an equation if they just gave me 2 points? Okay, so remember, we will use the second, this part, this one. Okay, so let's now use our first equation. Our first equation is slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so remember that formula? Raise your hand if you remember that formula. So this will be our formula number 1. Okay, write that in your notes. Okay, so let's just plug in the numbers. Where do I get it? I get it from here. So this would be my x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so remember, get the y's first, subtract it. 10 minus negative 2 over 2 minus negative 1. You know where I got that? From the values on top. So the top will be 10 plus 2 over 2 plus 1. Keep change opposite. Remember that. 12 over 3 is a 4. So you know that your slope is equal to 4. Okay, now, but I need a y-intercept. So I could make an equation. Okay, where do I get the y-intercept? You will use this formula. Y is equal to mx plus b. That's the second formula that you should remember, and so that you can make an equation. Okay, where do I get the m? From here. All right, so but the problem is, where do I get the x and the y? Okay, so you could get the x and the y from one of the points. Okay, I could use the first point, or I could use this. Look at this, I want to use this. So if I'm going to use that, my x will be 2 and my y will be 10. Okay, I'm going to use that for my second formula. Okay, so check this out. Y, it starts with a y. See that y? Where do I get the value for y? I'm going to use 10. Okay, so again, I'm going to use 10 for the y. I need a value of m. Where do I get m? Where do I get m? From there. We already solved for the m, right? So let's substitute the value of 4. Next, I need an x. Where do I get the x? From that point, okay? From the 2. So what do I write? I write 2 times 2. And then what's missing now? The plus b. That's the missing one. So I need to know that. I write plus b. Okay, 10 is equal to 2 times 4 is 8 plus b. Okay, solve for b. Minus 8 for you, minus 8 for you. That cancels out. Therefore, b is equal to 10 minus 8 is 2. So now I know this is my b. Okay? Now put them together as an equation. Y is equal to mx plus b. I already know my m. My m is a 4. Put x. My b is a 2 plus 2. So this will now be my second equation. Okay, so I write it down here. Y is equal to 4x plus 2. Now I'm ready to graph. Two equations ready to be graphed. All right, so remember the two equations. So this is the first equation, the one in orange. Okay, the one in orange is already graphed for us, this one. Okay, we started with 6.5, rise of -1, run of 2. There you go, rise of -1, run of 2. See that? They all match now. This is the first one graphed for us. Now let's graph the second one. Let's use a blue. We will use the blue one for here. So let's start with the y-intercept of 2. Y-intercept of 2. Rise of what? Rise of 4, run of 1. Okay, rise of 4, run of 1. How do you do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, run of 1. 4 and 1. So the first, second point will be where? It's here. Okay. So you could already see where it touched, right? I don't need to continue now. The opposite would be here. Okay. So that blue line, when connected, will be somewhat like that. And you already see where they touch. Where is the intersection? That's the intersection. And how do I name this? This point is named as, what is this? 1, comma 6. 1, comma 6. So the solution is 1, comma 6. Got it? Good. All right, let's try now a real life situation problem. It's like a puzzle, okay? Check this out. Let's read the problem first. The sum of two numbers is 10. Something plus something is equal to 10. But the larger number is 4 times the smaller number. What are the two numbers? So, guess what? You can make an equation for both of these. Let's start with the first one. The sum of two numbers is 10. Okay, check this out. X plus y is equal to 10, right? Words written as an equation. What else? Let's look at the second equation. The large number is 4 times the smaller number. Okay, how do I write that as an equation? Okay, look at this. The larger number, which is the y, the larger number, which is the y, is what? 4 times the smaller number. Okay? The smaller number will be my x. Check this out. Two equations, right? So, real-life situations could be written as an equation. But the problem is, guys, look at this. They are not in slope-intercept form. So, let's see. Slope-intercept form is what we need. Okay, so for the first one, x plus y equals 10. I don't like it. The x should be alone. Look at this. This x should be alone. I don't need you, x. You have to go to the other side. How do I get rid of that? So therefore, to get rid of that, I will subtract x on the left, subtract x on the right, that cancels out. Y is finally alone. Y is equal to negative x plus 10. That's my equation, the one in red. Now, the one in green is already, look, y is equal to 4x. So we're good. You can even write a plus 0 there. It doesn't matter. So it's already in slope-intercept form. So what do I need? All I need to do now is to graph them. Okay? So ready to graph them? That's the next slide. So let's start with the red line. The red line. Okay? We already have this. So I know that my slope is negative 1 over 1 and my y-intercept is at 10. So I'm beginning at 10 here. I go down 1, run of 1. So go down 1, right 1. Okay, this will be the series of points. When connected will be a straight line. Now let's focus on the green. The green has a has a y-intercept of 0 and the slope is 4 over 1, meaning it starts at 0, goes up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, run of 1. See that? Go up 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, run of 1. The opposite of that is opposite, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, left of 1. See, all these points will connect, the green one will connect, and form a line. My line is not straight. Imagine it's a straight line. The red one will connect. And where did they meet? I don't need to show it. It's already there. They met at a certain point. They met at, this point is what? That point is 2, comma 8. What do we mean by that? 2 is the x, and 8 is the y. That's a smaller number. Let's check. If add the two numbers, is it equal to 10? Yes. Why? Let's check it out. X plus y is equal to 10. Yes, that's 2 plus 8 is equals to 10. It works. What else do we know? Y is equal to 4 times the smaller number. 8 is equal to 4 times the 2. Yes, left side 8, right side is also 8. It works. So our solution is correct. 2, comma 8. Okay, let's try this ingenuity problem. 4 times a number added to 3 times a larger number is 31. That is the first equation. There's a second equation. 7 subtracted from the larger number is equal to twice the smaller number. Okay, so that's the second equation. But guess what? X is the smaller number and y is the larger number. Let's focus first with the green. 7 subtracted from the larger number, you know that's a y, is equal to twice the smaller number, that's the x. Okay, let's make an equation out of that. 7 subtracted from, from the word from, okay, y minus 7. See that? Y minus 7 is equal to twice the smaller number, 2 times x. So that's equation number 1. Let's now look at equation number 2. 4 times a number, so 4 times the number, that's the smaller number, x, added to 3 times the larger number, 3 times the larger number is y, is, the word is means equal 31. See, equation 1 and equation 2. But now you're being asked to select from the choices, but they are all messed up. So I need to get rid of, so that y will be alone. Look at the green equation. Plus 7 for you, plus 7 for you. That cancels out. Therefore, what happens? Y is equal to 2x plus 7. So the first equation should have y equals 2x plus 7. You're good, you're good. Y is equal, not you. Y is equal to negative, not you. So either or, okay? So now let's fix the first equation. I need to get the y alone. I need to get rid of, I need you to be alone. minus 4x for u, minus 4x for u. That cancels out. 3y is equal to negative 4x plus 31. What's next? I need to get rid of the times 3 divided by 3 for u, divided by 3 for u, divided by 3 for u. So y remains alone. So make this as a fraction, leave that as a fraction. Negative 4/3 x, leave this as a fraction, you can't divide it, plus 31 over 3. Okay, that's the other equation. Now you can graph this, now you can graph that, but you don't need to. Now, which one is equal to this? The first or the second? It is negative 4/3 x plus 31 over 3. This doesn't have the 31 over 3, so this is our answer. Okay? Second equation. This is represented here. It was graphed already for you, correct? But this has no graph. So, let's graph it then. So, let's start with negative 1. Negative 1, positive 1 will be here. 0, 0 will be there. 2 comma 2 would be here, 2 comma negative 2 rather, and 3 comma negative 3, 3 comma negative 3 would be there. So where did the line meet? They meet there. And what is that solution? That is what? 2 comma negative 2. So there you go. All right. If you are given points, just plot them. Okay, for the next problem, the data points for equation A are plotted on the coordinate plane. So this one is already good. All right, this was already plotted for you. We're good. And are connected with a straight line. What is the solution now? So that means I need to plot these points. Plot it and make a line out of it. So negative 6, negative 4 would begin here. Look at the blue line. The next one is negative 3. Negative 3 comma negative 2 would be here. The next one would be 3, 2. 3 and 2 would be here. The next one is 6 and 4 would be there. All right? If you connect the blue lines, you would see that they intersect where? They already intersected at this point. And how do you call that point? That point is what? That point is negative 3 comma negative 2. So that's the answer. Okay, next. This will be the last problem. The sum of twice a number and the larger number is 145. Equation 1. Okay, let's make an equation 2. The difference between the number is 55. Okay, again, x is the smaller number, y is the larger number. Let's focus on this first. The difference between the number is 55. Difference means minus. So the bigger number minus the smaller number is equal to what? 55. Can you see an equation that looks like this? Y is equal to y minus x equals 55. You're 1, right? So you could be one of the equation. Okay, let's try the red one. The sum of twice a number, twice the x, sum, I need to add it to something. And the larger number, which is y, is equal to 145. Okay? But I want the y to be alone. I want the y to be alone. Minus 2x for u, minus 2x for u. That cancels out. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 145. Can you see an equation that looks like this? No. But can you see, you can see an equation that looks like this, but you see an equation that looks like this? Yes, this one, right? Okay, what else could apply? Now, look, if I make the second equation, if I make y alone, plus x for u plus x for u. So y, that cancels out, is equal to x plus 55. So they are also equal to that. I can see this equation. This equation is over there. All right? So what are my three answers? Those are my three answers. They're all equal to each other, and I can now graph them. So, guys, that's the end of the lesson. Remember, results is equal to action plus motivation. Good luck.